You guys, we really messed up here. That's right, we've made our first mistake in this bedroom redecorating, decluttering process, and that mistake has to do with our measurements. You'll remember in our last video, we didn't know what nightstands we could get because we didn't know which ones would fit because the wall where our bed rests is actually not that wide, so we didn't know if we were gonna have enough room on either side of the bed to fit the nightstand. So what did we do? We measured the width of the bed, or so we thought. When I went on the Silk and Snow website to get the bed dimensions, okay, I click mid-century modern bed frame, I click the size guide, okay. And what default measurements are shown in the size guide? The measurements for the full size bed frame. So what measurements did I use? The full size bed frame measurement. However, we ordered a king, and the dimension that really concerns us is the width. So the width of the full size bed frame, the width that we measured incorrectly last week, is 57.8 inches. What is the width of the king? 80 inches. Okay, that is almost a 2 feet difference. Perfect. So there's a 22-inch difference, which is about that much. Well, I don't know what to do with that. You'll also recall in our last video, we were deciding between the Nara nightstand and the Tofino nightstand. And we found out that both of those nightstands would have definitely been too big for the space. So we pivoted and we selected the mid-century modern nightstands from Silk and Snow. So let's pull up these dimensions because the width of the Tofino nightstand, the one that we were originally eyeing, it was 22 inches. Double check these measurements. Did I get these wrong too? So the width on the mid-century modern nightstands, the ones that we selected, are 18 inches. So they're pretty small, like that, as opposed to the 22. I guess it's not that big of a difference, but felt like a lot at the time. Okay, will this 18 inches fit? I can't believe this happened, you guys. Talk about attention to detail. Weren't you a lawyer? So even with that mishap on the measurements, we already know that the bed frame is gonna fit perfectly fine. We have a king bed and bed frame, 2 beds, you know, the double mattress situation. Wasn't worried about that, but what the mishap in the measurements did affect was whether or not the nightstands are gonna fit. So she's gonna be a tight squeeze. For reference, this right here is 18 inches, the size of the nightstand. Perfect. So it may in fact look like, because of the lack of space, it may look like the nightstands are actually attached to the bed frame because we're actually gonna probably have to just line them all right up, one beside another, to make sure everything fits. Perfect. Silk and Snow, if you're watching, no you're not. Now on today's agenda is a task that I've been putting off for 2 weeks now, and what is that task? Washing the walls. But before we get to that, because it is pitch black outside, we have to turn on the lights. Let there be light. And as part of this process, we have to do 2 things. Number 1, we are gonna wash the walls. But before we do that, well, actually 3 things. Okay, so first, there is this like adhesive tape. So this house had inhabitants before us, and those inhabitants, they put, I don't know what they were using to hang their photos and wall decor, but whatever it was, it left this sticky residue on the walls. So we're gonna try and get that off. Then after that, in order to prep the walls to be cleaned, we have to dust them. So we're gonna dust the walls, and then finally number 3, we're gonna clean the walls. So this here is like that adhesive I was talking about that we have to get off, and it's actually in a couple of spots around this room. So I've been looking on Google to see how I could take this stuff off. Most people said that any solution is gonna chip the paint, and you just have to commit to either spot painting or repainting the room. So hopefully that is not true, although it was the consensus online. But what people said was to try to get it off, you take a blow dryer and a scraper and you try to heat up the adhesive to make it malleable, and then go in with the scraper to scrape it off. So let's try that first. For tools, we have my Dyson Airwrap and then the scraper. All right, I mean, let's go. Let's heat her up. I may have, in fact, made it worse. So now it's a flat surface, but you know what? I'll show you. Now it just looks like this. This adhesive is still there though too. Now it's like kind of brown. Perfect. Hopefully that'll come off in the wash. There's a spot with double-sided tape and my scraper is not sharp enough. So I'm gonna try and go in with a toothpick. I'm really trying to not chip the paint here, you guys. I don't know if this is gonna work, you guys. Maybe we need some heat. You know, like when you have a pimple that nobody really notices except for you, but then you pick at it, you know, try and pop it even though she's not ready to be popped, and then you create like this open wound on your face that now everybody notices. That's kind of what me trying to fix these walls is giving. So turns out we are gonna have to paint the walls because it kind of looks like I just gave my wall a black eye here. So well, we tried. Anyways, moving on. Now we're on to step 2 of this process, which is vacuuming, dusting the wall. And what are we gonna be using? Another Dyson. Thank you, Dyson, for gifting me all of your gorgeous, beautiful products. I love you forever. So let's use her. I've actually never used this attachment to dust. Hopefully it's the right one. But first things first, we have to take down this Fuggo piece of art over here. In the videos I watched, all the marks came off in one swipe, and that's just not happening. Maybe I didn't even need to wash the walls because it doesn't look any different. Online it said to use a microfiber towel, and that mop isn't microfiber, so maybe let's go try that. Oh god, raisins incoming. Ray, you see her, baby? He's gonna be scared of the mop 100%. Looks a bit different here. We're doing a bit clean. You scared? Okay. He's scared of the vacuum. As soon as he saw the vacuum, he left. Ray, it's okay. I know your arch nemesis, the vacuum, she's not on. So this is a microfiber towel. Maybe this will help us in some of the spot treatment. Maybe. Jojo came to help us. You like the magic razor? You want to cut up? Alright, you guys, we have switched strategies here. So apparently I read online you're not supposed to use a magic eraser on walls because it can chip and damage the paint. However, nothing beats the efficacy of a magic eraser. So for those tough spots, we're just going in with the magic eraser and it's working. Hey, wait, come on. No. So we're gonna go in, spot clean with the magic eraser, and then we're gonna come back to the mop and do a final mop of the walls. Well, update, they look exactly the same despite scrubbing for like 2 hours. I know, Ray. If you are redecorating your bedroom, you can skip this step because it'll take you a whole day but make absolutely no difference. So we'll end on that note. Ray, come here. We're gonna head into the mocha to gain some art inspiration for the bedroom. Frosty out
They're from like similar auctions. It's nice to get multiple items from that auction.
Definitely. It's maxsold time, you guys.
Oh, 1 minute? Do you want to bid on
No,
these?
this I don't care about these because they don't even have the lids. But what I did care about was go up. Where's the danks?
Must be ended already.
No, shut up. It ended?
I
Fuck.
mean, yeah.
We didn't get the candles. These are from the same auction. These are really what I'm after here.
Yeah.
This is also a group of 7, but I just don't know how I feel about this like
Yeah,
black.
I don't like it either. Okay, well, I guess you're not bidding on any of these, right?
No.
Without the lids.
I know
Auction,
the other
is
one
there
is.
any other things?
No, the other one's
No.
Castle Frank. We're going for this one and this one. We're gonna be successful. All right, we're going in, you guys. We're getting the tabs open. Shouldn't I just put a max bid or no?
You're gonna have time refreshing the tabs so you can place a bid and see if you get outbid.
Okay, we're placing 54.
90s. Okay,
I'm
it
winning.
says 4 minutes for the poster still. Are you already bidding on it?
I bid it already because I'm winning. Oh my god, you guys. Losing. Oh my god. Okay, fucking bid.
How much did you bid on the MCM posters?
73.
78 now. You got outbid.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I got outbid. You're winning 1 minute. I'm losing again, 88. Don't test me. I'm losing. Oh my god.
I would say put it up to 150 potentially. Not like immediately, but just keep following.
No, oh my god, now I'm losing 1 minute left. I know, but I was losing.
152 on the Muros.
Yeah, that's me.
And 103 on the...
Oh god, reason.
I think it looks like they're not bidding anymore.
Oh my god, you guys, look at that.
113 on the...
You know what they say, you can't count your chickens before they hatch, because I just got outbid.
You still are winning in the Muros, though.
Oh my god, I won.
You're about to win the Muros.
Oh my god, I won. Winner. I wonder if it was the same. Oh my god, you guys, I won. Well, I paid for it, but I still won. I think that's good money spent. Yeah. I want this one more than I want the Miro one, just because this will be in the bedroom. I'm already in it. Like, I'm gonna... This is the one that we won here. Now this is the one that we have 55 seconds left on. Losing! Oh my god! Oh.
You're not... Really?
Yeah!
123. 133.
Yeah! I need this now. Like, I'm not gonna... We're putting this above the bed because our budget's blown. I think this will be really cute, though. Unless it kind of looks like there's a little bit of water damage. Okay, we have 45 seconds left, you guys. Will we get this MCM poster? What a crazy ride. I feel like it's gambling, kind of. Get that rush. I'm losing... Oh my god, honey. They went up to 153. These people, they always wait until like 45 seconds and then they bid. But they're not gonna bid because I'm gonna win. Okay, we're at 37 seconds. We're gonna win both. I know it. This will be my first time I've ever been successful on maxsold. 15 seconds left. If they bid 10 seconds, 5 seconds, honey. We did it, I think. Closed. We did it.
Congrats.
Wow. Houston, we have landed. Mission accomplished.
So I think there's like a code that you have to give and it shows on the website on your lot.
Okay. We're picking up my art pieces.
Yeah, they look like nice frames.
Yeah, I like. So they're heavy, like be careful.
Do you want to put the mat on for...
Sure. We've secured the maxsold art, you guys. So let's do a little haul. And if you're thinking, oh my god, Jules, you got some light in your room. Yes, I went to Henry's Camera and I bought new studio lights, which I should have bought years ago. I just have one set up. I don't have the full light setup, but one already makes such a big difference. So with maxsold, you do have to go and pick up the items. So this pickup spot, it was at a house in Castlefranc. If you know the Castlefranc area in Toronto. So if I could choose anywhere to live in Toronto, my top 3 picks would be Witchwood Park, High Park on the west side of Roncy, or Castlefranc, which is where we went this morning to pick up our maxsold scores. The pickup was today between 9 and 11. We got there around 10:30 and there were quite a few people there. So we walk up the steps to the house and there's a woman who's handing out the auction items. I show them my winning bid score, and when we were standing in the door frame, I could see the 4 prints already grouped together. So I'm like, hey, here's my winning bid sign. I'm here for those photos. And the girl was like, oh my god, like great pieces. I have to ask, are you like a collector? And I was like, oh my god, am I a collector? I am. Yeah, I am. Sure. I kind of, you know, also like to think of myself as an artist as well. So yeah, I'm an artist collecting art. Sure. She hands me the pieces and I was like, oh, like, were these yours? Like, are you part of maxsold or are you part of the house? And then she's like, oh no, yeah, this is my house. And then she said she had all of these prints because she is in real estate, and at one point she was doing real estate as well as staging the homes that she was selling, and she was deep in the mid-century modern rabbit hole, she called it. So she had all of these prints. She also said that she has so much other stuff to get rid of in her basement, and I was like, oh, can I like go look? We could do it right now. Just cut out the maxsold middleman. And then when she called me a collector as well, I was like, oh wait, is this like worth something more than what I've seen online? Because I've only seen, okay, let's get into the haul here. So this is the first piece I got, this poster. So this was the one that I saw on Facebook Marketplace. Somebody was selling it for $750. $750, okay? So this is a vintage gallery poster from a very famous gallery in Paris. Joan Miro is the artist, and she's beautiful. So now next, we have this girl here. This is a Helen Frankenthaler vintage poster from the Whitney Museum of American Art. And so I was like, oh, I'm a collector. Let me look up how much my collection is worth. So this went for 2,000 USD at auction. 2,000 USD. That's almost 3,000 Canadian. We could flip her. I'm not going to. I want to hang it, but we could. Looks good already. You know what it looks a lot better than? All right, what else do I got for you? Well, we have this Kelly Ellsworth gallery print. It's also from the same famous museum in Paris that the Miro is from. I actually like these two together, complementary colors, because there's the orange in this and then there's also orange in the Miro poster. So I think they could hang well together. Okay, guess how much this one went for? So I found this online, and I think the value of these comes from the era in which they originated. So these are all from the 60s. Yeah, sure. Value. Time makes sense. So I found this print online. Just the print, not framed, was $500. $500. What? Have you never heard of maxsold? And now you guys, last but not least, the crown jewel of the haul today, the photo that will go above our bed, the most important piece in the room. Drum roll, please. Dun, dun, dun. So this print is called The Gift by Kenneth Noland. This is a very famous painting. This is obviously not the original. The artist made this for his friend who was an art critic, and they had like a very close relationship. So he made this for his friend, which is lovely. And yeah, now we own it and it's gonna hang above our bed. It's pretty good. I thought it was gonna be a bit smaller, but you guys know I'm not good on my measurements, and it's actually quite a bit bigger than I thought it was gonna be, which is good because, you know, the top of the bed, it's a big space. It's gonna go like there. You see the vision? Now, what's our next move here? So you guys know we have the bed frame and the nightstands in the mail. Not sure when they're gonna come here, hopefully soon. However, what we do know is that for the nightstands, we need nightstand lamps. Now, to that end, I found this pair of, let's read it, pair of Danish mid-century modern teak tripod lamps. Okay, gorgeous. So these are pickup in Hamilton. Thankfully, my sister lives in Hamilton, and this is like a 10-minute pickup away from her. So I think these would obviously fit the mid-century theme that we're going for, the rabbit hole, if you will. So we're gonna try and snag these lamps. The auction ends in an hour. I did see these lamps, the exact same ones, on Facebook Marketplace for $200 for the pair, which is honestly a lot for side table lamps, but the current bid for these is already $86, and we have an hour and 18 minutes left exactly until the auction closes. I feel like if it's like a hot teak item, sometimes the price can get a little bit inflated on maxsold, so we definitely know we're not going above $200. However, the issue with the lamps on Facebook Marketplace is that they're in Innisfil. So am I gonna drive to Innisfil? No, probably not. So hopefully this works out. What's meant to be will be. If you can't tell from my voice, I'm very sick. But the show must go on, you guys, okay? We can't lose steam here because we won't get it back. All right, you guys, this is crazy. So checking back in, there is 14 minutes left in the auction. I just pulled up the maxsold website to see what our lamps were at. I told myself I could not go over 200 for the lamps. Ideally, I would get them for 150, max 200. What is the current bid, you guys? They are at 235. So I'm interested to see what these actually go for. We're out. We're not even gonna throw our hat in the ring. These ones, they're just not for us. We're gonna move on. We have some big exciting news. Guess what? Just arrived on my doorstep, hot off the press. My Silk and Snow bed frames, my bedding, and my nightstands. I'm so excited. It's finally here. And before we can even get to the bed setup, we have to do a couple of things. First and foremost, do we paint this room or do we not paint this room? Because if you recall, in trying to, you know, clean the walls, get the gunk off the walls, I made this situation a lot worse. There are just like black spots all over my walls. When I was trying to get the adhesive off of the walls, what happened? I guess like dust, dirt, debris collected to the adhesive because I had heated it up, and now now I just have these like 4 black spots on my walls. So, and I can't stop looking at them. As soon as I come in the room, my eye, it just goes to it. Then I was like, you know, we are here doing this bedroom refresh. This room could really use a fresh set of paint. Do we go full 100, really commit to the bedroom makeover and paint her? And then I was like, well, you know what else could use some paint? Our hallway could be painted, our downstairs. Why don't we just paint the whole house? But before we make the decision whether or not to paint, David suggested that we try Goo Gone. I've never used it before, but apparently it's good for getting stuff like double-sided tape off of walls. The game plan is let's try the Goo Gone, and then if that doesn't work, then we'll think about painting. Because if we just painted this room, it's not that big. I think we could do it in half an hour, or alternatively, my sister-in-law has been working with this handyman, 30 bucks an hour, and she said he could do it. So we'll make that decision after we try the Goo Gone, which means we gotta take a trip to Home Hardware. Also, the difference with these lights, you guys, oh my god, game changer. Home Hardware haul. Up first, we have our Goo Gone. Beautiful. They had a couple of different canister options. I chose the canister with the spray option. I thought that would be convenient, you know, when we're spraying the walls. And then the second thing we got at Home Hardware is this scraper. The scrape as we're scrape. This is poisonous, and my fear is that one day Raisin ingests something poisonous like the Goo Gone, the Lysol wipes, so we have to be very, very careful. Jojo would never. He's smart. He knows. Raisin, he doesn't know. So let's see if she works. All right, okay, we're gonna try and get this mark off. We're gonna try and get this mark off. The before. Okay, she's heated up. Goo Gone is on. Now let's see here. I can't believe it, you guys. Actually, I can believe it. It came off, and why I can believe it is the smell's corrosive. Cannot be good for you, but she does the job. Look at that. It's completely gone. All right, last one, you guys. Oh shit, I didn't heat it up. Oh my god, I forgot to heat it up. Guess it doesn't matter with the Goo Gone. All right, she looks pretty good. Do we have to paint, you guys? But I don't even like want to keep this at my house because of the cats. I'm worried, God forbid, if they ingested this. We have to keep this really high up, out of reach.
Didn't.
Fake out. Okay, we're back on the maxsold game. This is addicting, you guys. We're gonna come in at 1 minute. 1. All right, you guys, we made a big decision here. We are, in fact, going to paint the bedroom. And how did I come to that conclusion? Well, pressure from the masses. So I posted this TikTok video being like, this is a situation with the Goo Gone, but the Goo Gone worked. Do I still need to paint the room? And literally everybody said yes, this room needs a repaint, refresh. So that's what we're gonna do. But you know, looking back on this week, we did get quite a bit accomplished. We got a bunch of art, 6 pieces of art, 4 we've picked up, 2 we have to go get. So that's great. We have stuff to put on the walls. Our new bedroom furniture arrived. We have our bed, we have our nightstands. They're in boxes downstairs, as is all of our new bedding. We cleaned the walls, which was futile because we're just gonna paint them, but we still did it. So I would say it was a successful week on the bedroom front overall. And what we have to do next is, number 1, post our bed frame on Facebook Marketplace. We have to sell her. We gotta get her out of here. And then after that, we have to paint. I talked about maybe hiring somebody to paint, but you know, to maintain the integrity of this home bedroom makeover, I feel like I have to be the one to paint. So we're gonna have to research. I've never painted a room before, so how to paint, how do we prep, what tools do we need, what paint do we need? And to be frank, I don't really want to paint at all, but I think at the end we will be thankful that we did, because this room, it does need a fresh coat of paint. So all in all, in the end, it will be worth it. Just a little bit painful right now, and it is slowing down this process a little bit. So can't wait to do that next week with you guys. A lot of you guys have messaged me saying that these videos have inspired you to declutter your own home, which that's the kind of influencing I'm okay with doing. So thank you for watching. It's gonna be a complete transformation when we're done. I can feel it. But that's this week's video. As always, I will see you next Tuesday.